this video, we are going to create a sales order for our new customer who wants to buy some of our products that we just purchased in previous videos. All right, so to do this, we're going to go into logistics, sales and distribution, sales, order, and create. So the T code for that is VA01. So we go in there, and the first thing it asks is, what is our order type? We want to use order type OR. And then we want our sales organization to be UE. So that'll be UE and our two numbers. So UE and for your company, or whatever sales organization you're creating your sales order for in your company. Distribution channel will be wholesale, like you see here. And the division is going to be accessories. That is AS. And from here, we can click on continue or just press the enter key to get started entering the details for our sales order. So our sold to party is going to be the first thing we need, and that will be the customer we just set up, or whatever customer you're selling to. I had a search term of 27 for mine, which helps me find my customer and bring them in. And then for customer reference, well, this would be if they have their own internal purchase order number, we can include that on our internal sales order to help them when we send them an invoice to know why we invoiced them for this sale. So the customer reference date will be generally the date you enter it. So I'll go ahead and do that for today's date, which is the 26th of April. And required delivery date, again, is down here. We're magically going to deliver this today as well. So that is great. We are a super efficient company. And our payment terms will be, and by now you probably know what those will be, payable immediately, due net, 0001. Now, we're done with the header information. Now we need to tell it, well, what is it we're going to be selling them? Well, we're selling them whatever material you've been working on. Glove 27. How many? You're going to put in whatever order quantity they have ordered from you with their purchase order that they've sent us, or whatever your project asks you to. In my case, I will say they asked us to sell them 165. So 165 pairs of gloves here. And then I have to go over here to the right and tell my system which plant I want to ship these products from. And in my case, it's going to be the Miami plant. Of course, for you, it'll be whatever your plant is. And then I pressed enter, and you can see SAP goes and it assigns a line item or a line number to this. It goes and looks up the information. So it found my product ID or my product description. It filled in some additional information, brought in the price. So I even have an extended line item value for this particular order item. So now what I want to do is I want to select this little checkbox to the left of my item. Now I've told it I want it to come from the Miami plant, but I still have to supply a little bit more information. Now I'm going to go up to my top menu in my SAP window. And if you're running SAP on a Mac, it may be up in your in the top window on your Mac screen. So now I'll click Go to, Item, Shipping. And here I have to tell it to not only ship from Miami, but also from the proper storage location, which is TG27 for me. And for you, it'll be whatever. And at this point, I can press enter. And it pulls in the description there. Okay, Miami plant coming in from dock 1. You may remember that from earlier. And we now know that we're going to pull it from our storage location 27. And we can see all the other information that it pulled in. All right, so that's definitely worth thinking about and taking a look at. And at this point, we could save our sales order. And it tells us we have saved our order, and it sets us up. We're ready to start entering another sales order. But in our case, we're just creating one sales order, so I can go ahead and exit. And let's do that and go back to the main menu and see what we would like to do next.